You know what is so good about this day? Yes, I know, you're already saying JoJo Day. But you know what makes this day even better? Is when we actually have a JoJo episode and a Berserk chapter on the exact same day. You know how glorious this day is to me right now? Like, this day is honestly probably the best day of the week. Easily. Hands down, best day of the fucking week. You get a glorious JoJo episode, and you get a glorious chapter of Berserk. Just, that's my favorite. That's my favorite types of days. It really is. So, this, video is going to be focused on JoJo, of course. I already did my actual Berserk review. So, JoJo. Oh my, I am really happy to see how Joseph isn't completely useless, and I'm rather shocked about that. That really shocked me, because I was, going into this arc, and Joseph's character thinking he was going to be a useless old man. That's honestly what I thought. I'm just going to be straight up honest with all of you. You deserve it. I truly believe that Joseph was going to be someone that's an old man, he's feeble, he can't really do much, because, old age, I was willing to, accept it, and I've been talking about it for the last couple episodes. I can accept it, because he's old, he won't be able to do much, he won't be able to fight, I understand that, and I was just really absolutely surprised when I saw how useful Joseph was throughout this entire episode. It's kind of like this. You have it to where Josuke, he was us, the audience. That's what Josuke was. Josuke was us, the audience, looking at Joseph and thinking he's an old man, not in a certain way as how you think he was useless, or just, I guess, someone that is an irresponsible person, because, Joseph has his reasons, but we were thinking he was useless in a way that he wouldn't be able to help out with bad situations, and clearly, we were completely just thrown off. We were like, holy shit, Joseph actually is helpful, he can really help out, he still has this really good reaction time, the way he helped out the baby, and also how he noticed the stand user, and he was actually starting to use his stand. I was just completely surprised with how Joseph reacted in this episode, and like I said, Josuke was us. That's the best way to summarize this. Like, Josuke was us looking at Joseph and thinking like, he's useless, but then Joseph does some crazy shit. So I'm really happy to see the way Joseph's character was characterized in this episode of JoJo, because just to think that he did such a good job. I mean, I really like that moment to when something starts tugging at his leg, and he's like, Josuke, something's pulling my pants. And then, Josuke's not really paying any mind because he thinks his old man is going senile, and that's what majority of us are thinking. But when we are actually seeing the movement, something is going on here. And then we're thinking like, okay, Josuke, you need to believe your old man. Something's really going on here. And as it continues, you see to where there's like little handprints moving in the, the dirt. And you're like, what the fuck is this? Because, we can't really see the stand or anything. Like, what is going on? And then eventually, as it continues on, you find out that, Joseph, he was correct, and Josuke, he was wrong. And when you see how he actually snatches the baby up when the dog is about to eat the baby, I was like, my boy Joseph, going in and being a badass. That's what I like. That's what I loved about your character. Even in old age, you can still be a badass. And when he said, oh my god! Oh, I love that shit. When I heard Joseph say, oh my god, in this episode, I'm like, yep, that's my Joseph. That is my fucking Joseph. Even if he doesn't do anything else for the rest of this freaking part, I'm still happy to see that, oh my god, in this part. I'm just so happy to see that, because that brought back some good memories of his character, and also to see how he still has not really changed from what he once was, even though he's in old age. So yeah, that was a monumental moment of this episode. Just seeing him save the baby, using his stand, grabbing the baby out before it gets eaten by the dog, and then, seeing how he says like, oh my god, there's a stand and all that. It just reminded me of what he always used to do in Part 3 Stardust Crusaders. Now, the main point of this episode is bonding between Joseph and Josuke, and this had to happen, because it couldn't just instantly start off where, Josuke is automatically accepting Joseph for who he is. Even though it's his father and he does have a heart, and we saw it in the end of last week's episode, we know it wouldn't be kind of like a start that would be completely smooth sailing. It had to have some bumps on the road, and that's kind of what this episode was for. It was kind of allowing these two characters to have their interactions with each other and mesh well, and I really love the father and son time that this episode really tried to focus on, and I love how at the end of the day, Joseph, kind of communicates well with Josuke, and Josuke accepts him for who he he is, and you just see that smile on Josuke's face at the end of the episode. I was like, bro, that makes me happy just to see that, to see how he's smiling at his father. I really love those scenes. Even though this episode, I guess many might not think it was as good as I thought it was, I truly enjoyed this episode. I like Joseph episodes, and, you know, after seeing this episode, it really made me grow closer to Josuke as well, because just seeing how Josuke was reacting, it made me actually kind of feel like I was Josuke throughout watching this episode, and I'm like, bro, this is a really good episode, the way they're just trying to develop this relationship between these two. So yeah, super excited to see more. Hopefully this isn't the last time we see Joseph have any part in the series, but even if it is, I think this is a great note to end off on. Just seeing, you know, Joseph helping out a baby at the almost at the cost of his life and all that. It was truly a great moment for his character. If this was his final moment in the series, this is a moment I think I'd like to see his character ride out on. Just ride out into the sunset, and that'd be the end. Because that would be a nice way to end his character. So, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. You all have a wonderful day, or nights, wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.